Thank God, thank the heavens that this preseason is officially over. I mean, I couldn't be any happier, but I want to talk about this game because I am going to go on a rant. And before I go on this rant, I'm going to tell everybody that don't tell me it's just preseason. I understand all of that, okay? I'm not stupid. I understand all of it. But there's some things we definitely need to talk about. So let's get straight into this big mess.
Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
What is going on, guys? I want to go over this game. Okay, the Eagles got beat. They got tormented. They got torn up. They got stomped on today. Okay, and I totally get why it happened. I know it's the third preseason game. You weren't putting in your starters. Really, ever since the whole fiasco with the Miami Dolphins and all of the bickering back and forth since that joint practice, after they had the stomach bug and they were pretty much not showing up, and we kind of did our own training camp in Miami for that one day. You know, they go into this game and start their starters, which I have no problem with. They could do whatever they want. The problem I have is with this coaching staff not, starting anybody. I mean, and I knew they weren't going to put starters in this game from the start. I totally get it. But, you know, how are you supposed to have any observation? It was a waste of a first quarter. They scored 17 points easily on us. I mean, it was nothing. It was nothing against our second to mostly third string to fourth. I mean, at that point, there was nobody that was going to be able to stop them. It just wasn't going to happen. What I don't get with Nick is with these joint practices there was more value in these joint practices than these preseason games. So Miami starts their starters. You don't even at least try to, look, at this point, I wanted a quarter last week, but if it was for a series or two, I don't see why it would have hurt to put in those starters, at least just for a little tiny bit of time. Not only are training camp practices are so soft, okay, this defense today looked gassed. They looked they don't look like they're in shape. They look like obviously they were on the field almost the whole game because our offense just couldn't get anything rolling. The only time we were really on the other side of the field today was from a muff punt from Miami, which we still didn't score because of more penalties. Not only were the Eagles had penalties today, but the refs sucked today. And I understand refs sucked on both sides. It was pretty bad, I gotta say. But, you know, to say the good things, I thought Deon Cain had a monster day today. I thought he had a really good day today with 3 catches today. I thought it was good. He caught some tough balls today. Right from the start of the game, it was pretty good. And it was nice to see, Minshew throwing the ball, in the beginning, which was fine. Gainwell, 4th and 1. We need that bigger back because, he couldn't even get through the line. I'm waiting for this power back. I'm waiting for a trade or something to happen before week 1 versus the Lions. Covey had a reception, which he didn't do much of anything. Covey has had his good times in training camp, these joint practices. That's why when I watch preseason, how much are the Eagles and Nick Sirianni, how is Nick focusing where he's taking more of the value from? Obviously, if you're taking more value from the joint practices, then you're not taking much value out of these preseason games because Covey has done more. A lot of these players have done more during these joint practices. So Covey really wasn't a big factor. Jason Huntley still had a lot of reps today. Had a touchdown, 67-yard touchdown at the end. What was it, the fourth quarter or whatnot? With Carson Strong finally was able to play, which was good. So that was his only touchdown and had a lot of reps. Kennedy Brooks, I thought, played pretty good. He was averaging 3 to 6 yards, maybe 4 to 6 yards a carry. So he was actually, every time he ran north and south, he was pushing the pile. I thought he played pretty good. Is it enough to say that he's the number 4 running back? Probably not. Probably not. I thought Grant Calcaterra, would have had, one was overthrown by Sinett, okay? Calcaterra caught a few balls today, actually played pretty good for his first time being back, but so late being back because he was out since July 30th, and he was just limited a few days ago. So he missed a lot of valuable time. Now, how is this tight end room going to shape up? I really have no idea, but Calcaterra looked pretty good, but is it enough? Is it enough? Is this third preseason game enough for the Eagles to say, yeah, Calcaterra, you're definitely going to be in the mix? Because I feel like they're going to keep 3 tight ends. I didn't really see any other tight ends do much of anything today. So Jack Stahl, a little bit. Togiai, a little bit. There's just Richard Rodgers, had a penalty today. It just wasn't enough for me to say, like, which tight ends are really going to make this team besides Dallas Goedert. So Calcaterra wasn't a bad day for his first day being back and being in an actual game, which is a good thing. Reed Blankenship was definitely one of the most improved players of this team as a safety making. And usually the one thing I'd say about Reed Blankenship is, man, this guy just is very physical with these tackles. Like, his tackling's really good, not only for, safety, but for special teams as well. I saw Devin Allen as well make some good ones on special teams. So, I mean, Devin Allen will probably be on the practice squad most likely if this all goes the way it's going to go. But Reed Sinett, man, I am tired of that guy. Does he even have a camp arm? Do you realistically can say to me right now that Reed Sinett actually has a camp arm? Because he looks like crap. He looks horrible. He overthrew, underthrew. Just horrible. I'm not comparing him to Carson Strong or anything like that. And finally, when we get to Carson Strong, Reed Sinett had a pick 6 today. It was just ugly, dude. That's our number 3 quarterback right now, with Minshew being a free agent after this year. Like, they got to get their crap together on who's going to be our backup by next year, because that guy ain't touching no backup position next year. I'll tell you that much. But, when there was the, fourth quarter came down and Reed Sinett finished out, his series, Carson Strong came in. They ran the ball a bunch of times, which I already knew they were going to do, between Huntley and Kennedy Brooks. And then, threw one good completion for a first down, and that was really it. I think it was to Hightower. Hightower actually had a couple good catches, but is it enough for him to make the wide receiver group? I don't think so. I don't think, because the report that came out from Jeff McClain during the game that they pulled a bunch of players out, okay, which pretty much means that those players are probably going to make the 53. Gardner Minshew, Kenneth Gainwell, Jalen Reagor, Andre Dillard, Jack Driscoll, Sua Opeta, Jack Stahl, Jordan Davis, Milt Williams, Marlon T, and Nakobe Dean. Okay, Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean only played a quarter. They didn't really play long at all. But it was just a lot. It was Kerry Vincent Jr. played horrible. There was just a lot of players that played really bad. But those few players I just talked about played really good. But Sinett, Jesus Christ, I can't. We saw way too much. Carson Strong had an incompletion because of, he had an incompletion because there was pressure in his face. He knew he was going to get tackled right at that moment, so he just threw it. It was underthrown for a completion to Hightower. I think it was one to Hightower that was underthrown, and he completed one. I don't know if it was somebody else. Then he hit the ground with his fist really hard. He was pissed off. So I'm trying to figure out, are they saving him for something? Why are they playing this guy so late in these friggin' preseason games? I don't get why they're doing it. Are they hiding something from other teams? Is he secretly going to be the number 3 quarterback? Or are they going to put him on the fake IR list so he doesn't go anywhere? I don't know. He seemed pretty pissed off when he had that incompletion and he punched the ground. Is he punching the ground because of the play? Or is he punching the ground because he just hates the situation that's going on with him? Jonathan Gannon's defense was just like, what the hell, dude? What is going on? I don't know what he was doing this whole game. I understand, you're going to tell me it's just preseason. I totally understand that, but I've been so pissed off over this whole thing with him and just not being aggressive. And they look, the defense looks tired. They look gassed, and I understand the offense was barely on the field today, but they look like they're out of shape. These guys look like they're tired. They look like they just had no energy. Every Miami player from first, second, third, fourth, fifth string, you name it, was productive. I saw no change in the tide. I saw no change in the game where we were kind of taking over defensively. We looked like we were just taking hits nonstop, taking hits, taking abuse the whole entire game. And that's what was pretty much happening. So I haven't liked the way they did training camp. I blame Nick Sirianni for 100% of that. I don't like the way Nick did training camp, the hour practices, the no conditioning. They're treating these players like royalty, and they're like, I don't know. I really don't know. It really confuses the crap out of me what they're doing. It really does. Really pisses me off, because at the end of the day, these players have got to. The NFL is just getting soft every single year, and that's just what it is. It's going to be like that, and you're not going to get those hard practices, because I feel like the less you practice 100%, the more you're going to get injuries. So is this team going to be ready for week 1? You couldn't even throw these guys for at least 2 series, a series. I mean, I was asking for something. The observation of when Miami put in their starters, it was a waste of time. So what are you looking at? What are you trying to find out? I mean, maybe from a couple players of what they could do against starters. All right, great. But, I mean, did you think they had a chance to at least somebody to make a play against these starters from Miami for a couple series? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. It was a waste of a whole quarter. A waste of time. So, that's all I got to say. Other than that, we'll have more videos. It looks like Reagor's making the roster from what it looks like because he's on the list that they pulled out early. I mean, Reagor was with the backups and he still didn't do anything. Deon Cain still played better. Bunch of receivers still played better. Oh, man. It's a crazy day. It's a crazy day. So, other than that, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys on the next one. You let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about the Miami Dolphins Eagles preseason game. Eagles almost scored a 50-burger on us today, which is nuts. I think it was getting to the point where I was allowing a few touchdowns, but then it started to get ridiculous. Like, we're just getting pushed around at this point. So, that's it. I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Chicks, what up, follow side. Peace out, guys. Peace.